Please check your receipt.
Hello everyone, my name is Glenn, and welcome to the Glenliness Weekly Vlog. I just pulled into a car wash, automated. I prefer these. I know they don't do as good of a job, but it's quick, it's easy, and it's fun to watch the stuff. So, I've been giving a lot of thought to these vlogs lately and what I can do to make them more uniquely my own. There's a lot of vlogs out there and I don't know that I'm expressing me in these. I don't feel like I am. I'm not really sure how to do that yet. But I'm gonna do what I can and hopefully let you get to know me a little better. Here it comes! I brought my son into one of these like quite a while ago when he was super young and it just scared him. I get the feeling he might enjoy it more now. It is loud though, I'll give you that, and he doesn't like loud things like most kids. I've always thought these things were fun, but I don't know how young it was that I first experienced them, so. There we go on the side. I don't know if any of that's coming through on the camera. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, the car desperately needed to be washed, and I know this really isn't the best way to do it, and there's gunk on there that's not gonna come off in an automatic car wash, but at least it's gonna be better than it was, which really isn't that hard. Just a strong rain would have made it better than it was. But this will at least do better than that. And I think I'm gonna go for a little drive. I've just been, I don't know. I've been feeling weird lately, like not really myself. I've been feeling kind of down. It's been hard for me to do the creative stuff. You know, I expressed how hard it was to get the vlog done last weekend. This almost looks like somebody else's hand coming in here. It's mine, it's attached. Sorry, I'm getting easily distracted. I'm still not really into this, but like I promised myself that I would do it. So even if it's just that promise that's getting me to do it, that's fine. It's good practice. That is crazy loud. Wow. I think that's the wheel cleaning. Woo! There, let you enjoy the rest of this. If I can. I don't know that I can. Probably see a little bit better there. There, we'll do this and then we'll speed it up for the rest of it. Soapy. Car wash is done. I think I'm gonna go for a little drive, try and clear my head. When I was single, didn't have as many obligations as I do now. I used to go for drives a lot. I used to find it was a really good way to just kind of get my head screwed on straight again. But I don't really have that opportunity as much anymore. Because, you know, I'm obligated to do certain things and working and tending to my family and spending time with my wife, which I love, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I miss these drives. Gonna let this go a little bit, speed it up. I'll catch up with you in a while. Got myself some caffeinated goodness from Dunkin' Donuts, a little iced coffee. Get me through the afternoon. Actually, it kind of looks like a lot of iced coffee. That's just a medium. I shudder to think how big the large is. I don't generally take cream in my coffee. I drink coffee black in the mornings, every morning. I am not without my coffee. I love it. I love the taste of it. I love the boost. When I get iced coffee, I always put milk or cream or something in there. I don't know why. But that is delicious. So this morning I had my GI follow-up after all of the stuff from the hospital stay, and they wanted to make sure that the post-infectious IBS, which was hypothesized, had not come back, and it has not come back. My regular IBS has come back. I haven't been too happy about that. So yeah, she suggested a few things. I'm trying something called IB Guard, not spelled how you'd think it's spelled. It's IBGARD, which essentially seems like it's time-release peppermint. Peppermint oil has long been lauded as being good for digestion. So we'll see what it does. It's supposed to just calm the whole digestion process down, which is pretty much what I need. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Ooh, a Rite Aid. I should. The other thing I'm looking for, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and go back to that. Unless I can get in this way. Oh, I can't get in this way. So I'm stopping at a Rite Aid here. I have a carpal tunnel in my right hand. I've had that for a while. Pretty much, so I don't know if I've discussed my car accident and then my left arm injuries, but years and years ago, I got into a car accident on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I flipped my car over, and I broke this arm. You can see there's like scars on there along here. The break was here. I had surgery. I had a plate put on it, and then a couple of years ago, I had the plate removed, and the nerve was relocated. This nerve here, the ulnar nerve. So I had carpal tunnel in both hands. It was actually worse in my right than my left, and cubital tunnel, which is the nerve down here, and that's why that nerve was relocated. So it used to be anytime I would tap this at all, it would be excruciating through my whole arm, and my I forget which fingers it was that would go numb, especially when I slept. So I got that done, and that took care of that, and actually gave me better movement in this hand, because I've also got arthritis. These are the wonderful things that happen as you get old. So I had a brace for this hand because it was initially, as I was recovering from the surgery, my carpal tunnel in this hand was getting worse, and my thumb was swelling up. So I got that, and that helped that, and then I realized over the last few months that the carpal tunnel in my right hand is getting worse, and I don't really want to go through the surgery. So at first I thought it was a reversible brace, but it turns out it wasn't. So I'm pretty sure I bought that first brace at a Rite Aid, so now I'm stopping at another Rite Aid. So I got what I believe is the same wrist brace. I'm gonna just try it on real quick. It's a small medium. You can't see that. It's a small medium, but I think I have small, medium wrists. I'm reasonably tall, but I'm not a huge person, and I definitely am not big boned. I am small boned, as they say. And that goes on like that. And okay, I think we have a winner. Yeah, I was talking about weight gain the other episode. I don't remember which one that was. From the medication that I'm taking, and then I suspected that I had gained weight. Well, of course, going to the GI doctor today, they weighed me as they do at every doctor, and yeah, I put on almost 10 pounds actually, and I know that is not 10 pounds of muscle. So, you know, I gotta just watch my intake a bit better and try to get my steps in. I don't gain weight that easily, so the fact that I put on 10 pounds is actually kind of shocking. It's a lot of weight for me to put on. I know people get pissed off when I talk about this, but I mean, I feel like I just ran something over. When was I didn't run someone over? People tend to get annoyed when I talk about my my metabolism, I guess, because I have a kick-ass metabolism, so believe me, I'm not complaining. Putting on 10 pounds for me is like putting on 50 pounds for somebody else, though. So basically, so what I was getting at, putting on weight for me traditionally has actually been very, very difficult. Like, I've tried to put on weight before and I haven't been able to. So while I know that's a dream for a lot of people, sometimes it's a little annoying, because I'd like to be a little bit bigger than I am, a little bit bulkier, but I would have to like work out constantly and have a huge intake, or at least traditionally would have. So I don't know, maybe if I do a little bit of working out now that it's easier for me to put on weight, maybe I'll bulk up quicker, who knows. But that would require discipline, which generally speaking, I don't have. I do have coffee with cream in it though, so I'm sure that's gonna help. I am generally like a fidgeter, so it's pretty rare that, other than if I'm sleeping, there's usually some part of my body moving in some way. So I think that is part of why I'm as slim as I am. But, you know, there really is something to big boned. Like, some people are just more genetically predisposed to being larger, and that's fine. I am genetically predisposed to being pretty skinny. If I were to put on a lot of weight, it would be difficult for my bones to carry that weight because I've got small bones. That's just fact. So I think that's why my metabolism is what it is. So this is actually the Lancaster loop that I'm on. I know I've talked about that before. I don't really want to go all the way to Lancaster though, so at some point I should probably turn off this road, I guess. I do like all the farm country around here. It's just nice to drive around here. I could take it up to that market and then maybe look in there for something to get for dinner. That might be nice. Somewhat justify me being all the way out here. Oh, horse and buggy. God, that's good. Somehow I managed to find myself pulling in to Shady Maple Farm Market. Locals know this place. It's on the way to Lancaster. I don't think we're actually quite in Lancaster. I'm sure we're in Lancaster County. I mean, you can see mostly farmland around here. So Shady Maple Farm, for those of you who are not from this area, let me zoom out here. That's it. Let's zoom out. Okay, I guess it's as far as out as it's gonna zoom. All right, bear with me as I set you up here. So Shady Maple Farm, it's kind of like a cross between a supermarket and a farm market. I kind of had forgotten how awesome this place is. You go in there and I mean, it's kind of amazing. This is like vibrating. I don't know if that's coming through, but as I'm looking at this, it looks like I'm underwater. It's just like all wavy, funky. Anyway, so yeah, it's like a cross between a supermarket and a farm market. So they have like a lot of fresh stuff, a lot of like, you know, things from Amish Mennonite farms in the Lancaster area. Like fresh cheeses, fresh meats, smoked meats, fresh breads and pies and all sorts of stuff. And so I got a dinner that I'm gonna have to apologize to my wife for, because it's basically just like a charcuterie dinner. So it's lots of cheeses and some meats, processed meats. It's pretty much everything bad for you will be in this dinner, but it'll be delicious. I do enjoy this kind of thing. I try not to do it too often because it is really bad for you, but I am a sucker for good charcuterie, and I am reasonably sure that the stuff I got here is going to make for a good charcuterie. I got a smoked turkey breast that I'm gonna slice up. I got a salami of some sort. I got a local bacon smoked cheddar. You are going the wrong way, sir. This is clearly one way. You are going the wrong way. Somebody just passed me, and this is a one-way road. He's gonna end up in trouble at some point. There's like 100 arrows on here. Yeah, anyway, so what else did I get? I got a fresh little sourdough bread, pizza cheese curds. Wow, this is like a long way to go to get out of here. Oh my God. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Oh, wherever they're smoking the meat is near here, and it smells so good. Oh, and my windows are up and I'm still smelling it. Wow. If you can get to Shady Maple while it's open, it's recommended. Really good stuff. And hopefully it will make for a lovely dinner tonight. I think I'm gonna sign off for now and just relax for this drive home. Finish up my coffee maybe not. It's a lot in here. I want to record more. I don't want this to be the end, so I will see you later tonight, tomorrow, the next day. I don't know. We'll see. Meantime, let's fade to wherever I'm fading to. Are you trying to work your way under the fence, huh? Is that where the good hay is? Is the good hay down here? Hey, I'm talking to you. Hi there. How you doing today, huh? Good hay? All right, enjoy. Are you the black sheep of the family, huh? Actually, you're all kind of gray, aren't you? In case you didn't figure this out yet, I'm at the zoo. Or, I guess I should say, we're at the zoo.
No, you don't need to.
The boy wants to wash his hands again, even though he didn't touch the goats this time. So this is the Elmwood Park Zoo in Norristown, PA.
Say bye-bye, goat. We're gonna
It's a smaller zoo, very, very crowded today. It's a beautiful day out, though, so that's not too surprising. But hey, I got to do something else this weekend, so that's good. And he's off and running. Checking out the chickens now. Now let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's safe to count these now, right? Because they've hatched, so that's safe, right? Waiting in line for some food now. It's getting closer to lunchtime. It is like The sun's kind of brutal today. There it is. It's just, it's not that it's super hot, but it just kind of beats down on you a bit. So, yeah, I'm gonna get some food. There's an elk here that's just standing so still. Hey, it's easier to move there. It just looks like a statue because the other two are moving around a lot more. It's crazy. Oh, now he's moving his head. But he was really still for a really long time. The zoo trip, while it had its good moments, did not go entirely as planned. I think you can chalk that one up to my OCD, unfortunately. So from the moment I arrived and tried to find parking and drove around, there were literally no parking spots available. There were people like parked in the grass in various places, and that to me was just like kind of triggered my, oh, that's wrong, that's not how things should be. But eventually I ended up finding a place on the grass near a parking spot that I was comfortable enough with. We get in there, I thought the prices were a little high for a small zoo, so that's another thing that was grating against my the way things should be thought process. There were no like little maps of the zoo. Usually you go into someplace like that, they'll give you a map so you know where you're going and where things are. There was nothing like that, and the food situation, all of these little things added up and just had me highly anxious the whole time. And eventually on the way out, my son was misbehaving, didn't want to get into the car seat. We were trying to get everything into the car, his bag and the stroller folded up in that end, and all of this other stuff just added to the anxiety, and I blew up. That was a fail. But the bottom line is I am still learning how to deal with things. I'm still learning how my disorder works, what I can do to alleviate things when I can, and how to deal with when things are bad. So there were some good memories from there and good lessons learned. So I'm not going to look at that as a failure. I'm going to look at that as a success, because that's how I need to view these things. It's all a learning process. Maybe I should know more about myself and more about how to deal with this by now, but I don't. So there you go. So right now it's Sunday evening. I'm heading over to the community theater where I do a lot of my work for an audition. I am serving as a consulting director on a show this season. It is the first show of the season, I think. Regardless, it doesn't really matter. I'm serving as consulting director, which basically means the show has a first-time director who hasn't done anything at this theater, and she came to me and asked if I would be interested in helping her out in consulting directing. So I'm basically there for if she's got any questions about process or needs anything or anything like that. But for the most part, this is an experienced director. She's directed shows at other theaters. She knows what she's doing. I have the utmost confidence in her, and I think she'll be great. But, you know, I'm going to be there for both audition nights, make sure she has everything she needs there, and if she wants to bounce anything off me, that's great. And then she happens to be going on a trip the week after audition, so I'll be running the read-through. And then I'll show up like once a month or whatever, or more often if she needs me. So it's a good way for me to be involved this season without having to make a huge commitment. And basically, I did direct a show about a year ago. And I realized at that point that with my son, I really can't be as committed as I'd like to be. My attention really gets diverted. And he was crying one night because I had to go to rehearsal, and he was really fussing, and there was all this trouble, and we didn't realize what it was. And then he said that, oh my goodness, I almost hit a squirrel. Woo! Damn, that was close. Sorry. Just running across the road there. Good thing I am actually still paying attention to driving and not just you. Anyway, yeah, so he was crying and we couldn't figure out what was going on, and eventually he just revealed that he doesn't want Daddy to go away, and I mean, I can't do that. He's much better with it now. Like, he said goodbye, he gave me a hug, and that was all fine. So he's better with it, but I don't want to get to a point where I'm leaving 3 nights a week to go to rehearsals and leaving him with my wife and all of that, and she hasn't had a chance to do anything in a while. So when somebody steps back in, it's probably going to be hard. But meantime, I'm staying involved as I can, doing this consulting directing for the one show. I designed the set for another show, and I actually need to contact that director because I think there were some problems with the design that I need to probably tweak. So there's all of that, and that's why I started that podcast that I'm doing and all of that. Anyway, pretty busy weekend, pretty packed. Did get a lot done. I wish that zoo trip would have gone better, and I still, like, I think there were moments of it that were really good, and I got some cute pictures, and there's some video that I'm sure I've mixed into this. Yeah, you know, I'll just know better for next time, and that'll be that. Somebody keeps texting me. So I think that's about it for this week. Heading into these auditions, I'm not gonna come back and talk to you about them once they're done. We'll have casting done by the end of the week, and next week I'll hold that read-through. So I hope you have a good week ahead, and I will catch up with you next week. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this was a little bit more interesting than the last few weeks have been. I'm a little more into this now, but I do still want to find ways to make it more my own and less, oh, it's just another vlog. But for the meantime, if you know me, this might interest you some, and you get to know me a little better. I hope you do appreciate this kind of thing. I really would like to hear some feedback on the kinds of things you'd like to see. So if you think about doing that, you can email me at theglenliness@gmail.com. Yeah, you can see my website at theglenliness.com. And I will catch you next week for another The Glenliness Weekly Vlog. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.